Welcome back to the Juice.
Bang.
Yeah, I like it as it is.
Kind of claps.
Imagine if Rem sounded like that, then we would know.
True.
There's like a ding that went off if you hit rim.
Yeah.
A red light? Ooh.
Ooh.
They can't even make spike break work.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Pressure sensor.
Okay.
Let's roll.
Let's roll.
Tell me who you know doing things like the Lemon Boys do it on the way to the top. This is elevator music, matter of fact.
Spikeball's full of a bunch of losers.
I'ma put it in reverse like Fanaki, cocky. Never be killing these brothers softly.
I had one Blue Moon, but I think I drank it on the way here.
Y'all be driving stick shift. This is auto. You know I turn it up. Get it up. I wanna beat up the beat. You gotta see us.
Hey guys, it's Kyle Keenan. Keenan is key.
Gabe Fanaki is going to be playing with
You know I'm about to eat like a Ryan Paul. Too tough, no rest, crown, I wear it. Big cut, big flex, Mike Garrett. Run the game round here, this is natural. And you know I got the touch like a match pole. Spike lemonade, on the way to the top, about to elevate. Spike lemonade, and the boys don't play, better get it straight. Come on!
Honestly, with the Discord, dude, I honestly just thought it was like, it was a bit of a bitch ass move.
Are you serious?
That's so good.
We live?
We're live, right?
We live. Welcome back, everybody. Spike.
Restart. I sniffled as soon as you started.
Okay, you're good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back, Spike Lemonade Podcast, episode 27, where we squeeze out all the juice and dive into everything going on in the RoundNet community right now. I'm Josh Donato.
I'm Matt Spo,
And here tonight with Zach Vance.
the computer kid.
Yep.
Hello.
On the tech grind. We're here to talk about all things ASL, some questions pertaining to ASL, tournament series, tournaments coming up, the New Jersey Tour Series, which was just released.
USAR Tour Series.
USAR Tour Series. It looks like the culmination of a U.S. versus Canada finals at Worlds that seems to be coming to like a peak here. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We got a call in tonight with my pal, friend of the show, Kieran Rose.
Your pal.
Talk about
Careful
ASL. He's our pal. Don't mind these guys. But yeah, bro, what are you feeling? How you want to get this
I
started?
feel great because mostly a lot of people haven't. Well, we haven't recorded since we got the new setup.
Oh, that's true.
If
Very
you're
true.
watching, this looks different, doesn't it? We have an audio board with real microphones, with real wires, and it is just a dream. You heard that applause when he did the intro? I did that right here, live. This is just awesome. And then when we tell our corny-ass jokes, love it. We can do whatever the heck we want. We can get call-ins on here,
Yep.
and it'll sound so much crisper. It'll sound so much better, and it's just, I don't know. It's so far overdue, us upgrading.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it. Like, it feels so much more professional now that we're upgraded, and I'm just so happy and grateful for it. It's amazing.
Sounds more professional, too.
It really does.
It's clean.
Yeah.
It sounds really clean. All right, let's do an ASL overview. What did you think of the tournament, the structure, the day, how it was played out? You know, the timing of things. Like, if you had to give me a little spiel on what you thought, about the day, what would you say?
It was honestly the most fun tournament experience I've ever had. I think it was a mix of the new format that really, piqued my, re-sparked my love for RoundNet, and, hanging out at, a huge Airbnb in Florida with everybody was just amazing. Honestly, it was so freaking cool.
Airbnb was unbelievable.
It was really unbelievable. It was a mansion that we didn't deserve.
Yeah, it's like a
At all.
multi-million-dollar place, pool, hot tub, can sleep 18.
Movie theater.
Movie theater for film
It
study.
was insane.
Yeah, it was crazy. We had a blast. We were there with our squad, which were the lads, the Philly squad, and we were there with the New Jersey Contender boys, and then some plus ones. And it was It was so much fun. You had fun too, right?
Oh yeah, it was a good time. The game room was sick. The kitchen was sick. There was 2 of literally everything.
Oh yeah, 2 fridges, 2 stoves, 2 ovens. Like,
Yeah.
It was wild.
so unnecessary.
We cooked meals in there, and it was funny because we had a contender fridge and a premier fridge, and then we cooked
so
chicken, and we had like plates, and there was like a premier plate and a contender plate.
Make sure they didn't get any of it.
It was actually insane.
And we
like,
had the cook too.
before you
Brandon.
guys come at us for being premier,
Yeah, we weren't
privileged,
elitists.
It wasn't us. It was contender kid who said, "This is the contender fridge," and that was his last words because we said, "All right, this is the premier fridge. Then this is the premier stove. This is the premier dishwasher." It went that far, and it was so funny.
He gave us an inch. We took a whole yard.
Yeah, literally.
I got there on Friday. I was there Thursday, but the Friday night we had our first meal. I guess Thursday night actually was the chicken, and one of the contender boys, his name's Andrew Warren. They had the 2 plates of the chicken. I must have been showering, so I was a little late, and I went down, and they were giving me like the spiel on the contender versus the premier food, items, groceries, fridges, and I picked up a piece of chicken and just went like to take a bite, and Andrew Warren's like looking at me, and I'm just like, "Is this contender chicken?" And he was like, "Yep."
That's so
So he
funny.
made me put it
so
back.
funny.
It's contender
It was dope.
chicken.
It was awesome.
I
It was
can't believe
awesome.
You wanted our chicken anyways. Brandon was cooking up some fire meals, bro.
It was
Brandon's
so good.
Nasty.
He was
BT
unbelievable.
Bakes
BT Bakes.
delivered.
Yeah, in the biggest way. It was unbelievable.
That garlic bread was insane.
He made
It was
garlic bread both
crazy.
nights. And
Yeah.
it was awesome.
yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
We ordered some raggy ass Pizza Hut knockoff. It was like a
Marcos?
Walmart version of Pizza Hut, and it was terrible. But then he made garlic bread too on top of it, which made it so much better.
Which one? What are you talking about?
The pizza we had, Marcos.
You didn't like the
or whatever?
pizza?
It was like, I mean, it was Florida pizza.
It was not what. It's not the
Actually-
Marcos I thought it was.
Yeah.
So we ordered it based off of my like. No, Marcos is good. And then it came, and I was like, yeah, this isn't Marcos.
Hold up, let's also do
Really?
something.
I liked it.
New equipment also update. Why don't you cut to yourself and
Yeah, give the people what they want.
yeah,
What they want.
what
they
they
don't.
want.
Yeah, they want to see the van.
That's tough. That's
So now we can cut multi-camera view
That's
for
true.
when Zach talks, and I think that's also sick.
It is.
very sick. Yeah.
You might even actually be able to press the space bar to do that.
I tried that already. It
It
didn't
didn't work. All right,
We'll have to hockey it later.
We'll do it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is actually so awesome. I feel so professional now.
Yeah.
And back
Yep.
on to topic with Florida being amazing.
Yep.
Not only was Florida amazing because the people there, but the people were repping some really cool shirts when we were there. Did you notice that?
I saw some stuff that was kind of
Kind of cool.
slick.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't know, we have a online shop where you guys can get all Lemon Lads merch and Spiked Lemonade merch. I know the Spiked Lemonade t-shirts are a hot commodity right now.
Yeah.
But they come in so many different colors, so many different styles. I'm rocking a Lads bright pink t-shirt, but you can get this in almost any color you think. We've got the crew neck on, the Lads round neck in a hunter green. It also comes in a tan that's very popular with the females. But males as well. It's such a great neutral color. We have Zach rocking a custom. That was our jerseys for the weekend. It was sick. With
Yeah, show 'em
the
the
Ali
sleeve.
Memorial sleeve.
And ASL
Super
on the
kick.
back.
ASL on the back.
Pretty sweet.
But yeah, so between all of us, everybody there was rocking a shirt at least one day.
Yep.
All the lads got it. And get some of your own at lemonlads.myshopify.com, right?
Yeah.
There's so much to choose from. Get a Spike Lemonade t-shirt if you really love the pod, and we're going to be changing it. It's going to be awesome. Check it out.
Yeah, one little story. I was at lunch, and one of the guys from RIT came up to me and was just like, "Dude, I love what you guys are doing, and it's cool. The online shop." I was on the online shop, and I had some stuff in my cart, but then I didn't pull the trigger because I was like, I don't know, maybe it doesn't feel right. It's like Lemon Lad stuff, and I'm not technically a part of that, but. There's no part of this, part of that. Like I told him right away, I was like, dude, you should just got it. It's like it's just for fun. It's like it's all good. It's not like this is some crazy thing. We're just trying to have some fun, and it also is going to support us this season and all. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, there's also a kid from Canada. What was his name?
Oh, dude, this kid was an absolute legend. The one
He
we're
was
talking
awesome.
about.
And I feel so bad forgetting his name.
I know his last name is like Gaumond, Gaumond.
Yeah, do
Gaumond.
you remember his name?
I don't know.
He
He was unbelievable.
I just remember.
was it Pierre?
I want to say Pierre Gaumond, but I could be pronouncing. it
I'm
wrong.
so sorry, man. But he was a
French
huge fan of the podcast. He came up to us. He said he wanted one of the maroon T-shirts that Zach's wearing, and we're gonna
Hook him up.
We're gonna hook him up with one
At
of
a
those.
tour stop.
We're gonna what's it called? Put up a maroon version for fans too. Because the maroon seems like a hit. It was a fantastic color.
Maroon's a good color.
It's a good color. But yeah, and
You know who else got some is Grant Claplick too. He was telling me about it. He got a sweater, and he's like saying he loves the design, the lads one.
he bought one.
He bought one. Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that sick? Yeah.
And he
So-
didn't wear it to the tournament.
Well, it's got to come. I think it's got to come still.
No,
okay,
it's there.
okay.
He has it.
Oh,
he has
it?
it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
He has
That's
it.
awesome.
The only thing
didn't know that.
we were supposed to have the clapper on the pod, and we'll get into the timing of ASL too. But we ultimately couldn't have him on because the first day, which was Friday, ran so
Late.
long, and then we were zapped, and we got back and literally ate dinner and just laid down. Yeah, and Florida torched us the sun. My guess was he was going to wear the sweatshirt on the podcast.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Like he was going to show up that
Yeah,
night to
true.
our place and be like, "Yo, check what I got out." That was my.
Did he
that
get
was my
the
guess.
hoodie or the crew neck?
He got the same hoodie that Jake got.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
The navy blue's a hit.
Yeah, that hoodie's unbelievable. The
I have
hoodie's
it
so
too.
comfortable.
It's over on the couch, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also very light. It's
Yeah.
not like your typical where you're like, what do I need a hoodie for? It's about to be spring. It's more like a stylish hoodie, but you want to wear
it's
to
a
play.
spring hoodie.
It's a spring hoodie for sure. Or like you go out in the summertime and you have those evenings that are kind of like a little bit cold. It could still work.
The crew neck's thicker. That's
Yeah,
a thicker
this is
material.
more for-
I think we'll talk about it, but I would like to get a thicker hoodie on for winter too. I think that'd be cool just to give variety.
Sure.
But we'll
Cool
talk about
fur.
that
Sure.
later. It'll go up whenever, maybe
Yeah,
never.
and
but
we're gonna
it's okay.
do. I wanted to do some sort of giveaway soon too, where we just we send some merch out to people and do like if you're subscribed to the YouTube, if you leave a comment here or something of that matter, and send out some free merch to people that are supporting us.
That would be
So
awesome.
Keep on the lookout for that
Yeah.
too. That maybe in the next week or so we've figured that out.
Keyword though, to only be entered is that you must subscribe. You got to follow us on Instagram.
Yep.
For when we announce this, so we're not announcing it now.
Right.
But subscribe to us. Follow us on Instagram. You know the deal. Spike Lemonade Pod. There's no reason not to follow us, really. If you're a listener,
Yep.
Listen once, listen 10 times.
Yep.
Follow us, right? It's only
yeah.
a button. We post once or twice a week. So we're not going to clutter your feed with advertisements. Don't worry. It's actually a great follow. It'll be a highlight of your week.
It'll be unbelievable.
Yeah.
ASL format.
Yeah, let's get back into that.
Got there the first day. I liked the tribute in the morning.
I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah, I thought that the words that were spoken that morning by Sarah Allen and then followed up with some words by Matt Cole and then ultimately a prayer, I thought they did an unbelievable job. It was very moving, and I haven't had the pleasure of getting to know Allie really. I've never even been introduced to her, but I've heard nothing but unbelievable things. So my thoughts and condolences, prayers, good vibes, whatever it is, goes out to her family, friends. Zach here played multiple tournaments with Allie, and I know that was difficult for him for a little while too when it first happened. It was a really difficult time for Zach, and we didn't have an unbelievable connection with her, so we didn't really know what to do, but we thought maybe here offer a few words, and as it came with the ASL tournament and then the tribute that they did that morning, just a tough thing.
It really
for
was.
the Roundneck community.
She was one of
to be
the
honest.
first women's players I've met. She was the first women's player I met in the
really?
scene. Yeah, at Connor's house, that one pickup like 2 years ago. And like she was like really introduced us to the scene, the women's scene. It was like, oh wow. And she was the first person I could talk to about the women's scene. First person I could like watch and say that I know her and like root for somebody, not
that's
just
cool.
because their jerseys are cool,
Right.
And it was it was just such a shock, and it's insane. It really is.
Yeah. Not really. Zach, anything you want to say, bro?
No, she was an amazing person, but I mean, like you said, it was a shock and just very unexpected. But it's cool that we get to remember her by like playing and stuff like that. And they handed out wristbands. I don't know if you guys saw them. Matt's got them on. I have them on. Me and Marlon also bought some. So if you want one, hit me up. It's a black one. It says her name on it and stuff. But she's just an incredible person that's gonna be sorely missed. And that. Like, I have no words to describe her because she was just that amazing. But, yeah, anyways.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said, man. Yeah. So it was a difficult early portion of the morning. Tough to follow up that, but I felt like Perrin York, the girl from California, came up and delivered one of the best national anthems I've ever heard, like, live. it was like
It was a
kind of
fantastic
crazy
performance.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
It was professional.
You guys know she was on
American Idol.
Yeah, American
Yeah.
Idol.
I didn't. Somebody
Crazy.
told me that recently. I was just like, okay, well, at least that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was like, she wasn't fucking around. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's talented. She also sang
really
at
good.
Marlon's wedding too.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's sick.
That was very uber impressive. Okay, I'm gonna be more when we do a little bit of ASL stuff. I'll be a little bit more critical, I'd say, than Maddie will be. Not speaking for you. You can dive in, do whatever you want. The whole rah circle, grab your teammates. You know
I hated
what I mean?
that.
Stick your finger in each other's pockets and dance around.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. Didn't love it. I get the sentiment. It's like, let's get hyped for this big event. And how do you execute something like that? I thought Alex did a fine job with what his vision was for that. It was probably executed about as good as what he anticipated. I thought it was more towards the size of corny and cheap.
Very, very corny, I think.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is warm up. Then I get announcements. I loved what they did in the morning up until the circle. It's like, what are we, 5? There was this an elementary school walkout.
Right.
Like, let's go play spike ball.
Right.
Like, we're not here to run around in a circle and get mediocre claps after the first group because that's all that's happening. It just timed out, it dragged on way too long, and then
It felt very like Ultimate Frisbee, you know, like they do those kind of things at like tournaments that they have, not like the professional ones, but like the ones that are just like, you know, you sign up with a team, you go and play, and then they do like all these like chants and cheers together and stuff like that. And
this isn't Ultimate Frisbee.
it's not Ultimate
Yeah.
Frisbee.
This is
it
not.
felt very weird, especially for a tournament that was like pretty professional,
Right?
Like you know, like you're there with your squad, you want to win type deal. It's not about having a good time.
It's not showboating. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not about having a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
there to
war.
win. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
life
so
were
funny.
Yeah, and like again, I'm not gonna be critical and then always fall back to this, but here's the one time I'll say it: Alex Hart did a fine job, and the effort that he put in to pull off the event that he did, I have my hats off to him. I think that he did a great job. It was one of the most fun tournaments that I've had the pleasure of playing in. I got to play with some of my closest friends in the game. I loved it. So when we are critical, just fall back a little bit on that too, and we are, but like that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to maybe fine tune this thing a little bit here and offer some insight for the next one, because that they're going to do it again. I sure as hell hope that they do, because it was awesome. So it's 7:00 here. We have a timed call in. We have call in technology now that's going to just blow the biscuits off this thing.
Blow the bit.
Let's get him on the line. You have his phone here,
Yeah,
right?
do.
Let's get him
Let's
on
do
the
it.
line. And when we talk to him here, let's talk a little bit about like ATL.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Furry
talk.
friend.
Yeah. We have a kitty guest. Talk a little bit about like ATL and like maybe a little bit about
When you said ATL, I thought you just misspoke ASL. I was like, oh, Atlanta.
You just skipped a letter.
ATL and like his thoughts on the tournament and maybe like the execution of the tournament a little bit.
Oh, for sure.
Their experience overall too.
Yeah, their experience and get them.
Because they had a rough go of it with people backing out.
Yeah, and let's find out. Maybe not everyone knows why people backed out and how the team got pieced up. That's a good
Yeah.
point, bro. That may be the best place to start.
Let's find out.
Here we go. The one and only Kieran Rose. We're dialing him in now. When we dial him, we're gonna hear the dial tone.
I can if I want to raise it. But I think he's answered. Kieran, you there?
Hello. Yeah,
up,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
You're hooked up on SLP Live. We have me, Josh, and Zach here. How awesome is that?
Let's go.
Yes,
sick.
dude. Unbelievable. Okay, Kieran, for one, dude, where are you right now? I know you're at the airport, but which airport are you at and where are you traveling to?
I'm at JFK. It's been probably one of the craziest 24-hour periods for me. I'm off to Switzerland with two of my college buddies. We're gonna go skiing and paragliding for the next 10 days. It's gonna be crazy.
Dope invite.
Gosh.
yeah, thanks.
But yeah, no, it's open invite though. Like just pull up. Yeah. So anyway, really crazy 24 hours. So I was planning to kind of just stay the night in New York. I got to New York last night, or like yesterday morning, and spent most of the day in the city. And then I found out as I was checking in for my flight that I left my passport in Atlanta. So now I am panicking. I'm like, all right, well, all right, I have to get back to Atlanta. Like that's the only route. So I've never done this before, but I looked up like a round trip ticket for one day, and I was ready to pay whatever Delta showed on this cost. Like I was looking it up, and I was just like, all right, like let's see what it is. And yeah, it ended up being like pretty reasonable to fly same day. I went to Atlanta earlier today, flew back.
Wow.
And now
Dang.
I'm in the airport ready to go.
Dude, that's unbelievable. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime trip. It sounds like, so you definitely made the right move. But that's a heck of a day,
That's
dude.
insane. I would have just
man,
called it. I would
I
have gone like a day late. Just like, nah.
Yeah, honestly.
I can't. I'll be honest. I didn't even consider that. I was just like, I have to like. If there was a way that I could make it possible, I was gonna do it. So
Wow.
Gotcha,
Committed.
yeah,
dude. That's
I'll have to tell you how it goes.
Dude, yeah, we look forward to hearing about it. All right, dude. Well, listen, we were just kind of getting rolling here with some ASL chat, and we were wondering if you could take us through a little bit of like what happened with the fallout of the ATL squad to ultimately the regrouping, the interim of maybe we're not playing to kind of showing up and putting your best foot forward. How did all that transpire?
Yeah. So we had a really good squad heading into, I guess it was like 3 weeks before the tournament. It was going to be Bot House as our 1-2. Then me, Christian, Brendan, and then Noah Luskus and David as our 7. So, we had a pretty deep squad. We played with each other a lot in like random PRA tournaments, so there's a lot of familiarity. And yeah, we thought we were a squad that was going to contend for it all. Then we kind of just had a lot of like unfortunate events, I guess is the best way to phrase it. So Noah, he had been kind of dealing with the back injury for a while now, like even since the championship. And he thought he'd be better in time, but yeah, his injury just kind of persisted. Didn't really feel like it was worth it. So we were planning to replace Noah with Peter Liu, and the team was ready to go. And then Owen Littman let us know like 2 weeks before the tournament that he tore something in his foot playing basketball. So suddenly it was like, okay, let's get let's get another person in there. I was trying to kind of recruit this whole time. Like I think the momentum was starting to shift. Like we're not gonna play, but no one was really saying anything. And so I tried to like piece it together by asking people that I knew. Like Burrows and could we get potentially like Patrick Chu to come out of retirement, but then people just didn't really want to play when we weren't going to have our original squad, and so it was still a mission of mine to get a team. Like I was going to go to the tournament regardless, so I kind of wanted to make it happen if we could.
What happened with Christian? I saw him post on Instagram today. He had a lovely time in Disney World, it looked like, but he had a knee brace on. Do you know if that is related to why he backed out?
No, it could have. I know that he had a torn meniscus.
Oof.
So he played on a tournament. He beat me in a tournament on a torn meniscus. So
Wow.
Dear Lord.
You're that bad, huh?
No, seriously. Yeah, he could have definitely played. I don't know what he was doing. He decided to kind of show it off that he was still in Florida.
Wow.
Not helping the squad out,
No,
I saw him on Sunday and I was like, bro, where were you? We really needed you.
That's hilarious.
That's
Dang.
so funny.
he's cold-blooded.
Alpha move right there.
No, I think he was gonna go like I think it was one of those things where like he was going regardless, but
Right.
yeah.
That's fair. Dude, that's fair. Well, listen, that makes sense. A couple dropouts. You guys, you kind of get there. You have been killing it, bro, with the Profit Pod. We're definitely tuning in over here on the East, the Northeast, I should say. But you guys show up on day one, and we've heard on your podcast about sort of what happened with day one. What about day two and playing like we played each other, right? And we didn't really get into that at all. What happened when you ended up playing our squad, bro? Because we didn't have the pleasure of facing off, and I've heard a little bit of a two-sided story. I've heard that Kieran's garbage. We held him down. He can't serve anymore. He needs to hang him up. But I heard from you, I was kind of cold. Your boys got lucky. What's the truth?
Whoa! What are we hearing right now? That's crazy.
there's a little bit of everything, of course. Always two sides of the coin there, So I think, yeah, hats off to the New Jersey squad.
You mean
Taking me
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia.
The
I knew
lads.
you were
But
gonna
he's
say
right.
something.
He's right. It is New Jersey. He's actually more correct.
it's New Jersey. I don't like
Yes.
it that you're Philadelphia.
Neither do I.
You're right.
But
Top
yeah.
10.
Anyway, Matt, I think you played really good, received me really well, put the receive pressure on me. I wasn't landing a lot of my good serves, but that's not really an excuse. That you put on better serves than I did. So yeah, I mean it happens. I don't know what to say, man. Like
No, it's
you got to be able to swallow the losses and come back with a vengeance. Otherwise, what are you playing for?
I will say,
True.
it looked like you were hitting some pretty banger serves on Zach. That he was diving, acing, or not acing, caking up. Just saying.
I will say, yeah, Zach, you played a lot better than I thought you would because I had no idea like how much you've been playing. And I knew, of course, you had the touch still, so I wasn't like worried about that.
Appreciate
I just
it.
didn't
That's
know
fair.
if you'd be able to I didn't know if you'd be able to receive like really good ones. And I don't remember if I had like two. I feel like maybe I had like one or two that like you caked up, but yeah, good series by the New Jersey squad.
No, it was good. It was good. I do remember hitting a high toss serve on you that smoked you. If I do recall.
Yeah. That showed up in my nightmare a little bit.
As it should.
Yeah. Well, listen. We'll keep it honest with you. We had that matchup circled on our calendar, so to speak, to really once the squads changed and we saw we had you guys. It wasn't the same, but it was still like we wanted to try and come and kick your ass a little bit. But it was all still in the competitive spirit and fun. So it was a blast. What about day 2? Who did you guys have first round of bracket day 2?
Day 2, we had New York for first round. A lot of guys I had never played before, so that was fun. Just getting like experience against new observers, new hitters. It was good. Like we had really close series in our bracket day 2. Like we ended up getting to the I guess B bracket semis and then losing to the Nevada team. And yeah, they I guess it was a lot of close series. Like we'd win 8-5, but it went down to like the 2-point net, or we'd win 7-6.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of back and forth, lots of games. We were trying to close these rounds out in 3, so we could go watch, but we kept having to get forced to 4, and then we'd clutch up. But yeah, we kind of just ran out of juice at the very end. It was weird. Like it kind of felt like the heart wasn't in it.
Yeah.
Just tough to continue to push through when you want to watch like the best players too. So.
True.
Or competed with the best. Playing B bracket's tough always.
It is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I had a question. Who on your squad was like someone that you weren't expecting a lot from, but was like pretty impressive for you, or someone that like surprised you?
Great question.
Yeah.
That is a really good question. So I was really impressed with Grant Marshall. I've had really high games with Grant and really low ones just from playing with him a lot. So, as you kind of are aware with like pickup groups and whatnot, like you've seen probably all your friends at like their peak, but also like at their lowest.
Yeah.
And so I'd never like played a tournament with Grant, but like this was the most, experience I've gotten playing outside of just like pickup with him. And, he's super solid. Like I think if he tweaks, a little bit more of his, game out, just in a lot of different areas. But I think if he spends a lot of time just grinding, I think it's hard for him with his school right now. Guy's the talent. Guy can serve the ball. So it's exciting.
His serves are very good, but he
are.
just needs to work on the fundamentals a little bit more, and then he's getting there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Go ahead. Now, Kieran, I got something for you, brother. Give me one thing, if you could, that you're going back to ASL. Let's say you're in charge of it. One thing that you change to improve upon, and then one thing to highlight that you thought that Alex and the team did really well.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think I would have liked to see more food trucks. This is completely non-event focused, but
That's crazy.
just having to wait in some of those lines were crazy. Like I got a smoothie and it took like 45 minutes. I mean, no offense to them, they had 2 people working it, you know. So yeah, I think just recognizing. Sorry if that background noise is loud, by the way, but yeah, I think just recognizing the amount of players at the event. I'm sure they tried to calculate it, but yeah, I think in the future, like they'll hopefully have more, vendors. And then as far as the tournament goes, I would love to see smaller pools, games to 21, or I talked a little bit about this on our podcast, just games to 15 throughout the whole tournament. It was a little bit weird for me to see them switch from 15 to 21, like in the semis. Because that, it's a tough call. I think all the players were on board to do that. But in my head, it's like you played the whole tournament to 15. You proved you were the 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever seed you ended up playing games to 15. Just continue it that way. It's changing like a big variable in some of the outcomes of these games. So
yeah, I mean, it really does become a totally different game at that point.
Yeah, games to 21 are mad different than 15.
A sprint versus
and you never know.
race.
You never know how that changes.
It's
and then
true.
I guess things that
one just to piggyback off what you said, bro, because I listened to the pod and I agreed with you. You know what I thought maybe was possible, because there were built-in breaks throughout the day. I would have done no lunch break. Eat on your own time. Just get a little bit of time here or there, or maybe when you sit, and then do all games to 21 with smaller pools, no lunch break. I think that it's not impossible, and I know both days ran long, but if you're just committed to like, okay, listen, you're coming to ASL, both days are going to go till about 7:30, 8 o'clock. That's what it is. I think more people would be into games to 21 across the board, because let's be honest, that's the game we play. We don't play like to 11 when we go out to pickup. So that was kind of my thought, like smaller pools, games at 21, and don't do a 45 to an hour lunch break. You know what I mean? You already have some teams potentially on buys. Just eat lunch when you can, or sit. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be an hour.
Or if you're Florida, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
what do you?
Terrible.
Yeah. Eugene took a long time too heading out of lunch. So.
Oh, Oregon, yeah.
Yeah.
Or mainly just pack. He took a long time.
Yeah, dude.
That's your boy, though.
You're gonna be sitting with him
For sure.
Yeah, and he'll be eating with him next year, bro, or this year.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I was thinking about like having Pat come on the podcast. We'll see about that. Have to discuss. But
dude, you should, bro. He must have turned over a new leaf, because I heard through the grapevine, and I'm not going to put anybody on blast, that he was a hothead, a little bit tough to be around and stuff, and he was the exact opposite. Like, I don't know if he's just decided to take the path of the mellow venturer. I don't know. What can you say about that?
I think I think everyone's just sort of on like their own self-improvement journey and whatnot, and he recognizes like there's times where he can be difficult, just sort of like everyone. But I think the biggest thing is like very emotional. He's very passionate about the sport. I think that's one of the things that I like most about his characteristic in the sport, is just he wants it a lot. He's willing to put the work in, the effort. And yeah, I feel similarly, so it's easy for us to kind of connect on that.
Right.
And we've just kind of grown close in the last year or so, just based on our want, to get to the top. So yeah, it's exciting. A lot of plans for us this year, a lot of goals and hopes.
That's exciting, dude. That's exciting. Good luck to both of you.
Yeah.
Thanks for hopping on the call too, dude.
Yeah, thanks for taking us here.
Absolutely.
We're going to continue on, talk about all things ASL, but I appreciate you coming and diving in here and giving us a little insight with the squad, with your travel plans, dude. Travel safe, keep us posted.
Yeah, have fun, dude.
And have a blast. We'll be following along with you, bro. Thanks for hopping in.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Really appreciate it, and hopefully the skiing is really good. I'm excited. All right.
Yeah, dude, have fun.
Love it, brother. Have fun, man.
Bye.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right.
That's the kid.
That's
Kieran
that
Rose.
tall, lanky kid who's bad at surfing.
Yeah.
I wasn't hitting my best. Okay.
He did hit a nasty reverse, but it just didn't.
Caked.
Yeah, it was easy.
He is not a big hitter, swinger at the ball. he is a man that is searching for angles. So I feel like sometimes when your game is not power, sometimes you can miss hit with power and still get away with a bad touch from time to time, or a cut that turns jam. But because I think he's going for max angle without like swinging his arm off, I think it's easier for someone like that to fall like out of rhythm. Not making excuses for him, but he's obviously a fantastic talent. And I know we're mostly joking, but I do look forward to some more battles with him this year. And he was already in the lab after ASL. He texted me. He was like, "Dude, I didn't play to where I wanted to be. I'm getting into the lab. I'm already tweaking this, tweaking that, and back to the basics. So I know the next tournament you see him at, gonna be dangerous."
He's a freak. Yeah, we said that about Rogue too. What happened with them? Quartered by Kingdom Come. Is that true?
Those are my friends, so
No, mine too. But yeah, we got to throw some shade here and there.
yeah.
I'm just stating facts, right?
Not that Kieran's not my friend.
You like Kieran, don't you?
I like Kieran. Yeah.
I think
Kieran's a good time.
Yeah, he's.
It's just easy to pick up his serves.
So so
you guys are out of control.
All right, now I
got your back, dude.
I'm gonna ask you guys the same thing that you asked Kieran. What was your favorite thing, and what do you think could have done better about ASL?
Okay. Zach, you care if I go first?
Go for it.
Because like
you
I got
a lot to say.
I'm just gonna go with 1 and 1. You said one thing that went good.
One thing you loved. One thing you think they can do better.
Okay. One thing I loved was the attention to detail in the finals with the 3 nets, round net in a if you're a football fan, like a red zone format where it's just like, okay, this point's kind of over. Now I'm here. They're about to serve, get the point going. Okay, good, bang, and you're through. I loved it. I loved the idea. 3 nets at once. Thought it was great. I like how the attention to detail with the final net, the final round of play, they staggered the start times so that at the end the 2-point net would have been and ended up being the last net playing, for all the marbles, and it ended up being that. A lot. It was great. One thing I didn't love was I felt like Alex Hart kind of found himself on the mic a lot, and he was giving instruction and trying to hype people up and stuff. But some of the times it's like people know how the tournaments are supposed to go. Put the framework in, get people started. One announcement at lunch. Like I felt like the tournament was missing a little bit of that Ben Dantowitz like structure where it's just like, this is how it's happening. Bing, bang, boom. We're through. It starts now. And Alex, being as though he hasn't run, this is the second one he's ever run of this size. If I had to offer any words of wisdom, it would be less time on the mic. Just let things flow, because I feel like it hurt the momentum of the day at times. And not that what you were saying wasn't, whatever, wasn't
valid.
Important, valid, yeah, whatever. It was just that at some time, and just don't take this just from me. I've heard this a lot. It just like chopped the day up so much. We're like, all right, well, let us get freaking going here, dude. Like, come on. So that would be what that would be what I would have to say.
Zach, I'm gonna cut you with line because I can piggyback off of him a little bit.
Go for it.
So I think one thing that could have been done better. You mentioned Ben Dantowitz, and that's what I was gonna mention is how the scheduling of at least times when you're supposed to start. Ben is like, okay, start time at 9:32 a.m. is when you start your second pool play game. Like we ended up sitting around waiting for like 2 hours because we had a lunch and then a bye and then our next match, but we were waiting forever for Florida to finish up whatever they were doing, and like the times were just so off. So we were so cold and like it just didn't feel right. We way too much of a break, way too much waiting time. We even said it. We're like, Ben would not have let this slide.
Heck no.
This should not be happening right now.
Yeah.
One thing I loved is the strategy with the sitting a 7th man. That's my favorite. I loved that. Like it just added a whole new aspect to the sport.
It was.
And it was so awesome to think. Like there's so much more thinking than just playing. And I think that's what just made it 10 times more fun. And I think I took Zach's answer there.
Talk to me, Zach.
The one thing I hated was just timing in general. I think we all can attest to that.
Did I take both your answers?
Yeah.
Wow.
Tough. The timing was insane. Yeah, true. The timing was insane because, like, not that I didn't like other than the parade thing, not that I didn't like the things that we did in the morning, but we got there, we warmed up, and then we sat for another 2 hours, and that was like, what is
It's
the point of
backwards.
warming up? Yeah,
It's backwards.
That's silly. And if you cut the parade thing, that's like maybe half an hour. You know, cut something else a little shorter, cut something else a little shorter, and then you're a little more on track. But we got there mad early, and then didn't start playing until like 10, and then. I don't know. To me, that's a little whack, and then that contributes to the day going longer. Florida taking their time. We were supposed to be done at 3. We didn't get finished till like, I want to say like 5:30, something like that. We were ready to go by the time they started eating. I don't know what the deal was with that. If they had a longer game than us or something, but I just feel like the timing was off in general. And like, what are we supposed to do? Like, tell them you can't eat? Like, no, that's
No, it has to happen at that point.
The one thing I did love, I'm not going to say the format because that's what, that's just easy. Everyone loves a team game. Like, it was way more exciting when, your squad's finishing up and they're coming to watch you play and, you're cheering for your friends, they're cheering for you. That's really exciting. I think, shoot, you did take my answer.
Sorry.
It's okay. The strategy-wise, I think was super exciting. Dang.
We can have the same answer.
I just liked how hype it was. Maybe I'd go double negative. I think it was just fun how hype it was in general. What I heard from a lot of people, it was like reigniting their like passion for around it. They're like, oh, this is the future around it. Like, it's way more fun, way more hype. I'm way more involved in the game. It's only games to 15, so it's like if you were playing games to 15 at a tour stop, you don't get involved, right? You feel less excited about them. But that kept me engaged the whole time. We got swept by Florida, but then like it's on to the next two. Like we got hyped, we got fired up, and playing
refocused.
Playing the group twice is exciting. I think
It is.
Playing 2 times, you readjust. Like, oh, we want to send Matt to go play this person now. We want to send Josh to play these people because we think that they win.
Good
blah
matchups,
blah blah. But ultimately, strategy, I guess. But yeah.
That was a ton of fun.
Strats were fun. Strats were next level. I've heard some people say that they think that format with squads is like the future of the game. I don't love that take. I don't think it's terrible, but something about teams, like the game's played in teams of 2.
Yeah.
So I'd be a little bit of a traditionalist in that I'd like to see more of those events. I think that's awesome. But like, what do you think?
Oh, no, I'm just sorry. I hated that they're hosting 45 of those tournaments now.
Yeah,
I think that's foolish.
Very unsmart of them.
Yeah.
It kills people. They think it would build momentum, but what happens then is it becomes less of a spectacle and less of like this hyped thing that has this anticipation and this buildup, and more of just like, well, there's one in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go to Arkansas. There's one in 3 weeks.
Mexico
but if the
City.
only fucking one is next year in Arkansas, January 19th, guess what? Everyone that was there is going to go.
Yeah.
But if the 45 is ridiculous.
45
I didn't know
is
that was the
ridiculous.
number, but that's ridiculous.
It's leading up to one huge tournament is why everybody loves it.
Then it sounds kind of like they're doing their own tour series or series at that point, and it's just like, whatever.
I think that's why it's not the future of the sport.
Yeah.
Because if it was the future of the sport, people would be traveling for that and not tour stops.
Well,
But I don't think anybody who went to ALS, American ASL, is going to
ATL.
ATL. I don't think anybody who went to Florida is going to be like, wow, I'm going to go to as much of those tour stops as I can. No. They're going to go to the normal Spike Ball Tour Series because that's still the game. Yeah. And I don't think the squad's the future. I think the squad is the future for like bigger events. Maybe like if we were to get into the Olympics, it'd be a squad format.
Yeah, I also think that like if you were to have 4 or 3 even, then people are like, oh, there's only 4 or 3. I have to go to those ones. You know what I mean? Now that
Like a
there's-
major style.
Yeah, major style. That's why people go to majors, right? Because it's only happens so often, right? If they're hosting one in Mexico City, Mexico, 2 of them, like who's going to that? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's not
But
gonna...
I think if they were to do 3, 4, people are like we would
quarterly.
go to those, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a good time to hang out with friends, blah, blah, blah. But we're not going to one this week, one next week, the next week after that, the next week after that. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No.
But yeah.
Is there a potential that this is just like a flash in the pan? Is this like a one-hit wonder? Is it something where they're going to create this product that's going to become so watered down with so many events that maybe this time next year it's lost its luster and people are just like,
I don't think
know.
so. If they still like advertise the program playoffs as like the squad championship, people are still going to go, at least the ones that went this year. And they'll realize it's like, yeah, we'll just go to the championship. We're not going to go to the tour stops.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's what
I
they
had
should
fun,
gear
so
towards.
I think that there's some good minds over there, and I had a great time. So I hope this is successful.
Oh, me
I just don't love when people find something and then they just explode with like, okay, now let's just kill it every week. It's like sports. All the most popular sports across the world have off seasons. They have breaks. All-star weekends and stuff, and which is, I guess that's more like minimal, but like, I don't know, you just don't pump things out every week.
It becomes quality over quantity, right? Like,
Yeah.
they can't
Right.
post this kind of quality every week,
Right.
And they're just throwing like dirt at the wall and hoping some of it sticks, and
Right.
I don't think a lot of it is going to stick. I
Yeah.
think maybe if they had majors that they were like, okay, this is a major event, so you should come to this one because we're going to have higher prize money or whatever. But
Yeah. Before we slide through, you guys cool with doing some of the? We put a little post up online, doing some of our questions.
Yeah,
that
let's
we
do
got
it.
back from the viewers, from the listeners.
You want to pull up the one on your account? I'll pull up SLP.
Please do. Yep.
Look at us go, teamwork.
Here we go.
Squad format podcast.
Squad format podcast. We're just copying that. You know what I mean? There's got to be some infringement on that. All right. Question number 1 from one of my Canadian brothers. It was great to see you too, by the way, bro. Last name Lubert, Chris Lubert. Question number 1: do you think the ASL format will run as smoothly if it were to take place in a one-day event?
It's way too much for one
Is
day.
it possible? Maybe we rewind. Is it possible to complete in one day?
Not with 600 plus players. Definitely not.
Yeah, I'd lean no.
Because we already, like, realistically, we had six matches, right? Each with 2 rounds day 1. And that took up longer than it should have. And then plus a whole bracket on day 2. Yeah, there's no way. Unless it was, like, wickedly small pools, and then there's no justification for your seating if you have, like, 2 teams in your pool. 2 squads, whatever you want to call it.
ultimately, too, like, if you take the number of games we played, which I think was like, for the bare minimum for people was 22, and we played 27, 28. Like that's insane. Imagine playing 28 games of spike ball in one day, regardless of
even
games
15. Yeah, no,
you
it's
get to
not.
sit like only every couple of like half hour. You get to sit one time,
Right.
and that's crazy.
Way too much.
Way too much.
I love the 2-day format. I think it was a good break right in the middle. We were exhausted by the end of playing out.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't even play as much as Livonia played. We were so freaking tired.
Right. True. Agreed. No, I'm with you. Question number 2 comes from Drew from the Long Island team.
Drew
Ryder, my dog.
Road Dogs.
Road Dogs. Did you set a team goal? Did the lads set a team goal on where they'd like to finish? If so, did you hit it? Drew, for me, go real quick here. My goal was to make top bracket. I knew we had some difficult matchups. We had Oregon, we had Florida, we had ATL before they transitioned into the new team here, and we had Colorado. I knew it would be difficult. I knew if we didn't make top 3 or 4, we were cooked. So if all 4 of those teams beat us, we were dead to rights. And we did make top bracket. We got the 13th seed. So that was my goal. After that, it was all barbecue chicken. It was all just playing with house money. I wanted to have some fun. We ended up losing round 1 to Colorado and then battling out and playing you guys for 9th place. Yeah, champions of the Candyland bracket. And so that was it, Drew. I did set a goal, top bracket, and we hit it. So yeah, dude, that was cool though.
Yeah, I think our whole squad goal before was definitely top bracket. We were all like, okay, we just got to make top bracket, and then we fight as hard as we can. Then after we got out first round, we had a second goal pop up, and it was like, wait, we can still make top 10.
Yeah.
So our second goal was top 10, which we squeezed and fought hard to get through. It came down to Oregon picking the wrong 2-point net for us to get 10. which was awesome.
Yeah. Zach and I clutched up a 2-point net versus Oregon against Malachi and
Ryan, I believe.
yeah,
It was.
Malachi. What's Malachi's last name? I had never met him.
I don't know
before
either.
the day. He's solid.
He's a super cool.
He played pro.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he
he's
played
solid.
for
He's
Austin
22.
Rollins.
22
22. Yeah.
in Texas. Yeah.
Yep.
good for him. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Dubs.
that's
No
warranted.
slouch.
He's
Yeah.
he's a beast.
He was good.
How about you, brother?
Individually, I thought we could get past the first round. We had a tough draw. I think we ended up beating Oregon on the second day, but the first day we had our chance to beat them, and then me and Mike Garrett kind of choked the bag on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, we lost to them on the 2-point net.
Yeah, which
4-3.
Day one.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
day one. Yeah. So then what goes around comes around. But I think we could have got at least out of the first round and then been fighting for 5th place potentially. We played Colorado very, very close. Day one we played them in our pool and we lost 4-3, so only 1 point. Came down to them sweeping us, I think, because we won 2 the first round, lost one the first round, and then lost all 3. No,
4-3. Then we lost
Oh.
them 4-3. Somebody won the second.
Somebody won the second
Mike and I won.
yeah, you
Mike and I won.
And then we played them again day 2, and we were like, okay, we got this. We know we can play them tight. It came down to round 3. I think all 3 of our nets were up at one point. And then
They were all
ended up
super
losing.
close.
Yeah, I think every game I think me and Joel were 15-13 against Matt Cole and Dan Abrams. You guys you sat.
I sat.
Yeah. Mike and Jake were 15-13, and then you guys were extras, Josh and
Brandon.
I think
yeah.
Yes, we were.
that is what killed us. And Gabe told me that too. All 3 of our games were close when realistically we should have stacked 2. We could have stacked 2. I mean, it is tough because we have such a
Who's our
depth.
stats?
Yeah,
we had a lot of
We
depth.
really did have a lot of depth, so it's tough
our
to stack.
stack net was Mike and Jake.
But even then, it's like they were playing who?
Yeah.
They were playing
The
2
thing
pros.
is, we
right?
thought we were
So,
taking one round.
I think we
at
had
least
to
one.
We had to stack more one of the lower nets.
Yeah.
I think because they had some contender guys on their team.
Yeah.
That's where I think we fell short. Is
Did
all
they
3
not-
of our games were close when it should have been. We needed 1 definite win, 1 close game, and 1 game we didn't care about.
I think the problem is too that we ended up having to set, right? Because they
Yes.
got to choose.
Yeah.
So then they chose who the matchups were. Maybe we stack a lower one and then they changed things.
We did set
Yeah.
pretty evenly. I
Yeah,
think
we
it-
set pretty
honestly-
evenly. I think we gave ourselves like the best like average chance, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, it could have gone either way. With our squad too, like everybody was hot at different times, and we all played. If you were to take all of our peaks, it was right around the same level. Like nobody like shined really.
Yeah.
Everybody played very similarly, so it could have been anyone's game at any net.
Yeah.
At any time. That was, I think, the
For the
beauty
most
of our
part,
squad.
for the most part, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. We were very close, but
Mm-hmm.
I think if we were to do it again, we could get past the first round. I think.
I think
as
so
a
too.
squad, Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I also think we made some mistakes on strategy, like day 1, that we were like
That we
okay,
cleaned
can't
up a
do
little
this
bit
again.
by the end of the day.
Yeah.
I agree.
It was new to a lot of us.
Yeah.
So
Question number 3.
Also undefeated in rock paper scissors. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah,
That's
Zach
crazy.
Do you
watch anime?
I'm
much.
nuts. Huh?
You watch anime?
Can't spoil it.
Yeah, true. Question number 3. Well, we already kind of went over this, but I'll at least read Matthew Manfredi's question. Things you like the most and things you like the least about the squad format in particular. We kind of already went through this, Matt. So things, I'm going to go off the cuff here a little bit. Things I like the most was getting to hang out with you, your brother, and spending time with you guys at the Airbnb. You guys are fantastic people, and you played great. I like watching back your YouTube videos from the thing and the highlight video you cranked out pretty quickly. Things I liked the least was that we only got
hanging out with you and your brother. And
was that we only got to hang with you and your brother and the whole gang for only 2 days at the Airbnb. I wish we would have had more time there.
yeah, me and Zach have the same question, or we had the same answer. So next question.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay. This one's going to remain anonymous, and I was going through this a little bit. I wasn't sure if I was going to touch on it.
We should.
Yeah, but I guess I'll dive into it a little bit.
I don't know what it is.
Explain. This goes from, I can't say who this is
Don't
from.
say it.
Explain the one-sided beef between Josh and Alex Hart.
No way. No way.
It's a funny question. All right.
There's only one person who can answer, and it's you.
Yeah, that's funny.
We'll listen.
Okay, story time. Alex Hart is a good dude. He's a good dude. Real good dude. It kind of goes back a little bit, and it goes to Richmond and a little bit somewhere else, and then a couple interactions we've had. Oh, Lordy. It all kind of started with consolation and people being divided on consolation. So here's my thoughts. You can listen to this podcast and hear my thoughts and say, you're dead wrong. Or you could be like, okay, yeah, maybe you're right. And that's how this works. You have the give, you have the take. Everyone has their own difference of opinion. My opinion is, once I lose in consolation, my day's over. I'm done. I'm going to go watch my guys. I'm going to root for them. I've traveled. I've prepared my best, and I've done what I've come to do. I'm not in the mindset where I want to play 6 other teams, get other good looks, and just twinkle toe around and play other people. I'm done. And I know a lot of people that share that same sentiment, and I know an equal amount of people that want to play out and have a good time. No freaking problem. Here's the thing. When I start to tell the people that want to play out that they're wrong and what they're doing is crap and that this is bad, that's not cool. And when those people come to me and say, because you don't want to play out and play consolation, you're wrong. It's bad for the sport. It's a bad look. It's a black eye on round net. No, that's ridiculous. We all come to do the same thing and to compete, and then depending on how far we want to go, that's my spiel. So how does this relate? If anyone listened to Alex Hart come on to the Profit podcast, and then you heard him the day of the tournament, he made mention that he drove far and wide to get to Richmond, Virginia to play. He and his son, who are a great team, made top bracket, which is a fantastic feat, and I love that you did it with your son. That's awesome. They made top bracket. They lost. And then they played in the first round of consolation versus 2 guys. Neither of them had their shoes on. Neither of them gave a damn, and no one tried. Guess who that jackass was, ladies and gentlemen? Me. That was me, because I don't give a damn, and I was done with it. We had made top bracket 2. We had got a top 10 seed, and we had gotten popped in the first round. So I was just pissed off. I was ready to go enjoy the day. I was going to be commentating that day at the Richmond Major last year. I was done. And that, for me, that's not a problem. That's just who I am. So to force people and to push people in the direction of you need to be playing consolation is a bad look. So here's my final piece of the puzzle. If you don't want to play consolation, but you're concerned with getting Premier, at the time I was, this time last year, right? When I'm done, I sure as hell better be going home, practicing my butt off, and going to the next contender tournament, because I'm not utilizing the looks the rest of the way throughout the loser's bracket, so to speak. So you better go home and practice your ass off. Guess what I did? I went home. I practiced my ass off. I grinded. Next tournament I went to, Salt Lake City. Josh, how'd you do? 3rd place. Josh, who'd you beat for Premier? You guessed it, Alex Hart. So here's how this goes completely full circle. Your boy decided not to play consolation. Alex Hart decides that that's not the right thing to do. For me, I decided it was the right thing to do, and then ultimately went to Salt Lake City and kicked his ass. You know what I mean? So respectfully, but
respectfully is wild to add at the end.
But
there.
That's just my process, and that's who I am. So it's just like, is there a better thing to do with this consolation? Did people play out more in his tournament that he did? Maybe so. Was it great? And did I have fun doing that day with the boys? Yeah, but it's different when you're trying to grind for Premier. It's different if you're trying to make a pro run.
It's also different when there's incentive. Like Alex did a great job of making an incentive for people to play out, right? T9, your incentive was top 10, right? And a podium picture,
no money.
Sure, no money. But then contenders B bracket, you're playing, or players bracket, whatever you want to call it.
$500.
You're playing for $500,
right?
Like, and if you got out, I think you were still playing for money. Like consolation, you made it. You made the incentives for people to want to play out.
Right.
STS does not.
No.
When I get out at an STS event, it's hard for me to play 1 round of consolation. I didn't mean.
Did you and Corey play any rounds of consolation last year?
We requalled. We played 1 round of consolation to requall, which I also think is some bullshit, because you should not be able to requall if you don't
lose.
If you lose, right? And then also, we missed A bracket at the Philly Major. We didn't even play first round of B bracket.
Yeah, and
there's no incentive to do that.
Right.
Well, there is, because you're
There's
trying
points.
to gatekeep potentially, other people getting Premier. So this 64 seed at Philadelphia Major got Premier again.
Requal?
Or they requalled?
Yeah,
Yes,
requalled,
but
which is
they also
so dumb.
They also beat some teams. So yes, we gave them their initial
They ended
recall,
up beating some teams,
but
yeah.
they beat some teams and they proved that they could play in Premier.
Yeah.
The B
And
bracket.
if you go
Yeah.
back and look at Matt's Venmo history, both of them sent he and Corey money. So they recalled it.
That's
He made
false.
like
That's
$100
false.
bucks.
We'll send the
Still
screenshot.
false, still false.
Post.
So long story short, Alex Hart did a great job putting together incentives for people to want to play Constellation because Constellation's important to him. Dope. I even played through. Awesome. If Constellation's not important to you, you should not be belittled at these tournaments, and you should do your thing because you want to go see the high-level guys and have fun. I was talking with Ben, and I was even talking with some people in the community. Maybe there's a better way. Maybe there's a way when you sign up, you can put a little indicator or check a box somewhere that says, once I'm eliminated, I still want to play. And then maybe let's say there's 15 of those teams, they can all go to 8 nets somewhere and play their asses off and have a blast. You know what I mean? It's like maybe there's a middle ground where like the people that don't hate Constellation, or I'm sorry, don't love Constellation, don't have to sit here and listen to everyone go, you didn't play Constellation? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude?
Yeah. It's also becomes part of the deal is like we played out because more than half of us want to play out. When it's you and your partner, and you're like, bro, I'm done. And he's like, yeah, I'm done too. Like, you're
That's
not
right.
going to play it.
Even
Like,
if one
Yeah.
of you's done, that's like, okay, well, there's
Yeah.
no point in me playing. There's
Yeah.
no motivation. You're not going to play with you're playing with somebody who doesn't care
Yeah.
at that point. And it's not going to be worth it to play.
Yeah. Constellation, I'd never play out. The only time I played out was Joel to recall. And like we said, we all agree that that's very silly.
Yeah.
You should only recall by winning and getting top bracket.
For sure.
Right. So that's the one side to Alex Hart beef, and at the end of the day, it's not even really a beef. He's a good dude, and I think he did a kick-ass job this past weekend. But Alex Hart, you give me shit one more time, I have to hear about your Virginia story one more time, I'm coming for you.
And he's going to give you a big hug because no threatening on this podcast.
Oh, no, I give him a big hug. All right. I'll give you 2 more here quickly here. We answered all these questions already. Is the format the future for RoundNet?
Skip over it. We talked about
that.
Yeah.
Here's a great question by my pal Connor Prelick. Who's your favorite squad that you got to play on the day?
Oh.
Well,
We didn't get to play
let's go.
Connor squad, so
We didn't. That would have been
my
fun. My favorite squad to play that day was probably... I liked playing Colorado because I got a chance to play against Matt Cole and a couple other high-level players. So I'd probably go Colorado for those really nice high-level looks. Ultimately, we lost, but we gave them a battle 4-3, and then we lost a little worse day 2. I'd go Colorado.
I love playing Oregon. They're such
They
a
were
solid
fun.
group of guys that like we ended up parking our spot was like across like the same bench. They had one half of the bench and we had the other half of the bench, and it was just
They were
cool
good
to meet
guys.
them and hang out with them and then play them too. They're just a really cool squad all around, and playing them was just as fun as talking with them off the field. Really cool group of guys, and really fun to play.
mine was probably Long Island. I know those guys. I play pickup with them all the time. Desmond, Artie, Fitzy, Tyler, and
Modell.
that guy Max. Yeah, never heard of him. I like playing them a lot. I did not want to play Artie just because it's a shit show every time we play against each other.
Why is that?
It's
Call
just-
ball?
No, not call ball. We just are joking literally the whole time. So it's just like it's not competitive.
Loses all seriousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fun. Artie's one of the best people I've ever met playing around it. But I love playing Fitzy because he's just gonna get touches, and he even told me and Jake played him, and it was like a pretty serious game. I've never heard Jake yell more in my life. But
Let's go.
Fitzy was telling me he's never gotten more body touches the whole weekend. Was that game he got
Wow.
the most body touches? So
Good stuff.
there's a lot of touches and things like that, and they're just a good time to play in general. So a lot of my friends.
Great answer. That's all the questions I
Yeah,
have.
all
I
right.
appreciate everybody sending those over too. You said you had a few too, or that
What do you say?
covered them?
I think we should start wrapping this pod up
Let's do
with one last topic.
Yeah.
And I think that topic should be the Canada-U.S. finals that happened in ASL.
Okay.
Is this a preview to? Obviously, it's going to be Canada-U.S. in World Championship as well. But let's talk about it's Canada versus Livonia, right? It was Quebec versus Livonia in the finals. It was an electric finals. It was closer than I think everybody thought it was going to be. Canada held their own very well against one of the top regions in the nation,
Right.
including one of their own with Emerson playing for Livonia. And I saw a couple Canadians that were kind of confused. Like Emerson's parents were sat next to us with a couple friends, and like you could tell they wanted to root for Canada. but like they had to root for Livonia, and that was a ton of fun. And actually, I'm gonna edit a call in to this podcast with Etienne that we're gonna have later tonight about a call that happened in the finals, and we'll talk about that. And I'll insert that now.
Hi, thanks for having me, guys. This is insane. I love it.
That's awesome.
Absolutely, dude. We're gonna
Glad
have
to
to
have
get you in person here. One of these tour stops, we'll get you here in person, get to sit in with you. But for now, we have to pick your brain on a couple things with ASL and some other things. You cool with that, bro?
Bro, I'm cool with whatever you guys want to talk about. Anything that's spike ball related or rounded related, I'm down.
Sounds great.
Not spike ball, huh?
Yeah,
Nah, he goes
definitely
either spike ball or round it. I love that.
He
all
said
right.
spike ball, then realized, wait, Premier Spike, I'm sponsored.
Got it. Got it.
Let's go.
How was work? How was work?
Yeah, dude. How was work?
Oh, it was good. You know, I'm a server at my dad's restaurant.
I had a
Making
feeling you were going to be a server. I don't know why. I just had a feeling.
Seems very personable.
Right?
I mean,
What kind of
You go.
cuisine, bro? What kind of cuisine you talking? At Bistro's Buffet?
Greek.
Oh.
Oh, interesting. Are you Greek?
Oh, yeah. I'm not Greek, and my family's not Greek either. It's just,
That's awesome. That's what's
Yeah.
up.
Still good food, though.
Do you call it a do you call it a gyro, bro, or a hero?
do I what?
Isn't that a Greek food?
Gyro, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we sell that.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Oh, yeah, you would probably love the restaurant then.
Yeah, dude. We're probably gonna try and slide over to Canada this year, dude. So we may have to check out the restaurant one of those nights if it
You
matches up.
Four stops?
Yep.
I think Mississauga is in reach for us.
Is that close for you?
Toronto, Mississauga is shout out to Peter and like the organization around in Ontario, but Mississauga is definitely the best Canadian tour stop.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
what's it called? Does Quebec have a tour stop?
Not this year. I mean, they
No.
have like circuit, but no challengers or anything. But
That's weird.
in last year, it was only Quebec team, so there was no point really, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Dude, let's dive right into ASL. Like, did you enjoy the experience?
I love it. One of the best tournaments, especially with the Premier Division, like the competition.
Yeah. It absolutely was, dude. How did you feel? Like, what went into picking your team, and why did you guys ultimately decide to go with 8 players on the squad as opposed to 7?
So it all started after the Quebecois Championship at the end of the season, right before Philly this year. And I was in Vegas last year, and I had a blast with the BC squad, and I got to see that there was going to be another one this year in Orlando, which is closer to me and like closer to the Quebec guys. And right after the championship, literally like champagne was popped after me and Vinny won, and then like I went to the boys already and I said, "Yo, the tickets are 200. Let's do it." And I go to Max Prince first, and this guy's like, "All right, well you do it for me." Gives me his phone. I literally do everything for him. And literally, like, I think 4 guys that night booked their tickets, and yeah, we were on a go. So the ones that were down immediately, I know that me, Vinny, both Prince were down, and then Oliver was down. And then I remember, like, we talked to Guillaume Bilodeau, who then was down sooner after all the 4 of us, and then Ellie confirmed a little late as well. And the reason, do you have an idea why we could have been 8 instead of 7?
Because you guys are too good of people to say no to anybody?
No, that's not the case. Actually, I mentioned it because I was in Vegas last year, and I was like, boys, I don't mind if we're 8, because this is the tournament that hurt me the most on the body. It was so tough.
Oh, all right.
Interesting.
And they're like, no, let's just go 7. I'm like, all right. But then Max Prince has a hernia,
Oh.
right? Like, you know,
Shit.
close, literally like in the, like on his pubic area. But it's literally,
Okay.
it's literally like, not gonna lie, it's It's huge. It's like and the
Dang.
fact that he's still playing.
So you've seen it.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen
Tell me when to stop.
everyone. Okay, that's good.
Oh my gosh!
Holy
He gave an honest answer.
He should not have played.
Seriously, like pretty much this big
That's crazy,
Wow.
bro.
He should
That
not have
comes-
played.
Wild.
out.
Crazy.
I know.
And
Yeah, but the
he
guy-
still performed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he played well.
Oh, and the funny thing too is like you can see like when it hurts.
Like he was in
Right.
pain.
Right.
It's
Like
throbbing.
he's like classic.
Yeah.
Like he literally told me the day before. I'm like, hey, I don't know. Like I'm upset that like we're not at our 100%, but and I'm like, bro, what do you mean? It's just we're gonna go win this thing. And then he's like, the next day he's fine, you know. But when it pops out, bro, like literally like the day before the tournament as well, we're at the airport and our flight got. This guy had a long day. Our flight got delayed like 3-4 times. And I can see the pain, bro. And I'm like, I'm so sorry for you, man. This guy needs to have surgery. It's brutal.
That's crazy.
He does. You think he's going to?
Like, I literally texted him. I was like, bro, when are you getting that operation? He's like, they have some spots in March.
Dang, he's a savage. Holy
He's,
gotta
around
get
it,
that
but he's
done.
not getting surgery for a bit.
No.
Yeah. Dude.
Not till next off season.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Once he gets the surgery, apparently he needs to be 2 weeks, just nothing, no work. So, like, luckily, you know, it won't ruin him for the season, but he definitely needs it
Yeah.
sooner than
No, yeah, 2 weeks off is better than
It's not a lot of downtime.
months of pain.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, this guy had it since May.
Wow.
Dang,
He's a
that's
baller.
crazy. That's crazy, dude.
He was a baller
He's
before
nuts.
that, and he's a baller now.
Yeah.
Full season, pretty much.
I think he should keep it. He did well. That's his good luck charm.
Oh, that's
Back in 23.
dude. Okay, so we obviously will talk about a couple things with ASL, but we took notice in the finals. We were sitting on the far side. We took notice. We didn't get to see the call that was made by one of the observers, Henry, but. But we got to see you go up to Rich and have two separate conversations with him, and we sort of wanted to get because we didn't see the play and we've even looked for the play. Could you take me through exactly what happened with that call and why you were so upset?
Listen, guys, I never get upset on a call. Like I most of the time I'll respect the call, but this call I was literally aligned and Max hit an insane reverse on Jensen, chest level. You literally saw the ball go through him, and he calls high. And I turn around, I look at Henry, and it looks like he was picking up some balls, and I just saw him turn around, and he calls high. And I'm like, and I just lost. I looked at Thomas, because, you know, Thomas is pretty much, he's a clean guy, you know, he would, and I like Thomas, bro. And he's like, maybe it would have been high, and then I lost it. Luckily, we won the game, you know, and it ended with the same reverse that Max did that ended up being clean. But after the game, I went to Rich right away. I was like, bro, I'm not going to lose with a stupid call like that, you know. Like, for sure, it's fine, you know, bad calls happen. But this one, I don't know, that was an easy call. I went to Rich. I was like, bro, Henry made a horrible call, you know. Like, I would like to have a different observer. Is that possible? He's like, Go talk to Livonia squad. If they're down, yeah, let's do the switch. And I went to Thomas. I was like, bro, you saw me getting upset with that call, you know. It would be nice if we could remove Henry, you know, and get a better observer. And then he's like, yeah, absolutely, go ahead. And then we got Fred. And then Fred observed the game with the Prince, and apparently he was solid. So I'm happy we made the change because,
Yeah.
I think you might be the first person to get a official observer removed. Maybe.
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 When I'm locked in, I'll get whatever I want, you know. Like,
No. For sure. Dude, I
when I'm
remember.
locked in, it needs to be, yeah.
Dude,
like I can.
I remember
Yeah.
when we were across the field from you. We were probably some of the furthest fans from you.
Yes.
But we're watching like Jack Bouchard and like Emerson, and then all of a sudden we hear you go, "What?" in the loudest voice I've ever heard you hear, and we look over and you're like stunned. You look like you got struck by lightning.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what just happened? Do you know if there's any footage of that?
I don't know. I mean, that would be a Vinny question, but I don't know. That's a tough.
So
I'm-
was there like build up before that, like where you're like, oh, he's kind of making a little iffy calls before that, or was it just that one call and then you were like, no, he's done. Like I don't want him around. To be
Oh,
making
no.
calls.
This call, like, I mean, it was so obvious that it was clean. You know, everyone knew that it was clean. You know, there was another call in the game happening next to us, Ryan Marino and
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Ryan
The-
Ryan Gross called clean.
and just is just another call. You know, that's like, I mean, this was a tighter call than the high call that I lost it, but this call, I think everyone knows as well that was rim. And Max Modell, after, because he saw me also, like, even this, I went to Ryan and I went, yo, Ryan, bro, take your time, man. What was that call? And then
I saw that. I remember seeing that
yeah,
one.
I think
And
the
Max
problem
like
was
visibly
he was
disagreed.
like trying to communicate that he thought clean.
Yeah.
Not that he was making a call. He was trying to communicate, I think, clean to the other observers, and then everyone saw him make the hand motion. So then
Interesting.
everyone loses their minds. And
Yeah.
then the players took it as clean. I don't think he
Yeah,
was
which is-
necessarily
which
making a
isn't
call
good.
at the moment, which
Yeah.
is not good. Yeah.
You can't throw a sign out there.
Yeah. Well, not
But
a
that-
sign that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Max, after the game, you know, when everyone, you know, like moved on, he comes to me and he's like, yo, Etienne, I'm sorry. He
Yeah.
literally like, apologizes, a big apology. Like, I'm like, he's like, yeah, man, I saw it. I just didn't intervene quickly enough. The call was made and I didn't even try to like do like anything about it. I just
Right.
went with it.
Overrule or anything like that.
Sorry. And I'm like, bro, it's okay. You know, it's just a game. Bad calls happen. I'm glad you saw it though, but yeah, it's just a game, you know?
What do you think
Yeah.
could be done better from the observer or like the head observer, or at least the people who are telling these observers what to do? So that way stuff like that doesn't happen. So that way there's maybe more communication with all three observers on the net versus one observer making a call right away without thinking about it. Because 2 cases, it was a quick call that were heavily disagreed with.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's anything that could be done better on the observing standpoint or head observer standpoint?
I mean, what I heard is that when Ryan made that call, is Rich when no one when no one makes a call. I heard or anything. I'm not sure of the. I don't know, but Rich points at an observer to make the call,
Mm,
and then he pointed at Ryan, and then Ryan made the call.
got it.
I mean, Rich is the head of observers. You know, like he knows his stuff. But in this case, still, like, I don't know if Ryan was 100% confident that it was rim.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, get a little huddle, you know, get the boys like
Right.
Yeah, they should deliberate a little bit.
Yeah.
it's
If
for
it's-
7 the line, you know, and it's a tight game, and
Yeah.
I mean,
I hear you.
I think that would be a Rich question, you know. I think he would be able to answer it a better way, but you know, like it's not like we're still like spike ball is still a sport that's like growing, you know. It's not
Yeah.
there yet. There's video footage, there's no, and even if there's video footage, you know, and you tell the guy like if he disagrees with the call, can we go look at the camera? He says no, but like it's just, I mean, and even throughout the day, there were some calls when we didn't have any observers, but like I was literally watching Ontario play Cal Poly,
Okay.
and I remember it was the game Ontario went in round 4 and they were losing 6-3, I think, and they managed to win 2 of their games, and then the last game is happening, you know, it's like 12-14 or something like that for it's 14-12 for Ontario, and then I think I don't remember the guy's name from Cal Poly. He hits a cut at Tyler, and it's so clean, you know, it's so low, it's literally like chest level, and then Tyler calls bad, and I'm like in the crowd, you know, and I'm like, bro, it was clean, you know, I was not observing, and then everyone looks at me like, oh, he said clean, and then they went on with him, but like, bro, there's people watching the game, you know, like,
Yeah.
also, I don't know, you got to be a better guy, you know, like, it sucks getting ace, you know, when it's tight, and okay, you want to take a chance, there's no observers, you want to redo, but I don't know, I think even myself, if there's no observers in my game, and there's a call that's being disagreed with, I would go to someone in the crowd. I think it's just if they saw it, you know, if they had the right angle, like why not go to them? You know, like that's just a event, and then the other team, you know, that made made the call bad, they're just gonna get away with it. Like it's just I don't know. It's tough.
I think it's a little tough because there's like different perspectives. You know, like if you're standing on one side of the field versus another side of the field, and you're not observing, if you're not actively observing, then it's like hard to say per se. You know, like if a call is high or not, if you're not actively watching for that specific call, because we could all watch a film back and be like, oh, that was high, or you know, and then all four of us at the net were like, oh, clean or whatever. I think for the most part, there's some people out there but for the most part, people aren't trying to be a bad guy and like try and cheat actively. But I think also too, it's one of the harder things to call high or whatnot when you're the receiver, because you're not looking at where your shoulder is. You just are gauging off. Oh, that felt a little high to me, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, I don't know. It's a little tough to make calls from a crowd, you know, because they're just watching the game for the enjoyment. They're not watching like, oh, is he breaking a rule? Is he, you know, that ball was an inch over his shoulder. You know, you have to be standing right at their shoulder level. Which
they're also often
the
watching
reason.
because there's a person that they're rooting for on that net.
Correct.
That
Which
happens,
is
too.
also that at no point you should go to a fan. Well, I personally think you should never go to a fan for a call, right?
Yeah.
If you're at the point of going to a fan for a call, you got to redo it.
Yeah.
Like
Probably.
a fan or a watcher,
Observer.
not
I'm
observer,
sorry, not observer.
a
Wrong terminology.
viewer should not have a say on calls, because the observer needs to be like agreed upon the four guys or appointed by like the TD.
Like the Henry thing, right? Like
Yeah.
you didn't agree with Henry being an observer. Now he's out, right? It shouldn't have mattered what Livonia thought, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do
That should
agree.
have never came to that. It should have been, hey, we don't really agree with his calls. Can we get someone else?
Right.
And then if it becomes a problem after that, then it's like, oh, is it you guys or is it the observers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. I'm going to pivot for a second here. I don't think that one bad call is enough to be the reason why a team wins or loses over the space of a game to 21, especially in a format like ASL where you're doing 4 rounds. But
Especially with an observer too.
yeah, but you know what is a reason that a team could end up losing is sitting their 3 fucking best players in the 4th round. So I need you to take me
Two best
through
players. 2 best players.
maybe more. I need you to take me through. What?
They can only
Oh,
sit
yeah,
together.
two. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm just fired up. I need you to take me through the thought process on this, bro, because this was bad.
Well, we didn't have a choice, right? Especially like right, guys. I'm the one on the squad that didn't read the paper. How you supposed to?
Stupid. That's hilarious.
The guys were getting pissed at me because I was on a walk. I would come back like, bro, where you at? We're planning the stuff. I'm like, oh, sorry, bro. I was talking. You know.
That was me too, bro.
That's funny.
But I mean, at 8 players, I think you have to sit 2 no matter what, you know. And like, I mean, the last round, me and Max didn't have a choice to sit because we played all the first 3 rounds.
Was there any talk
Yeah.
of you two playing earlier to make sure you guys could have been on the field for a 2-point net?
Yeah, that's the big thing, right?
That's the tough part, bro.
I don't know. I don't think we were really that ready for that. It was tough. I mean, going into the 4th round, you know, we were winning 5-4. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I felt confident, you know, like. I mean, of course, I would have loved to play, you know, because I was locked in, I was playing well, and same for Max, he was also playing amazing. But yeah, we didn't have a choice, you know. But at this point, you know, like I did my job, I played great, and I was like, bro, I trust my boys, they got this.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me break this down just a little bit further, bro. Take me through, because I know that you ride with your guys, which I think is cool. But like, take me through the 3 final nets. Everyone was there. When you say like, I think they had it. Take me through. Which of those 2 nets did you think they have? Because being realistic, when we looked at the matchups, we looked at the nets. We're like, oh my god, they're gonna get beat 3-0 here. This is over. Like, I'm just being honest with you, bro. So what? Take me through. Which matchups did you like?
Okay, well, first of all, Oliver. Well, the thing is, the 2 points net that we hoped that it would have been the 2 point would have been the game of Emerson against Ollie.
Okay.
and Ollie against Emerson and Jack Bouchard, we were confident that was a win for us.
Okay.
And because we scratched Vini's net, and then they scratched Oliver and Emerson's net. So now the game that's worth 2 points is Clap and Jensen versus Ellie and Guillaume, which when you think about it, it's not that bad.
I mean, you are putting him against the champion from the championship.
Yeah, that's a valid point. What do you think? How would you counter that? Because that is valid.
Yeah.
Well, just the round before, Ellie and San Prince, they Clap and Jack Bouchard.
That's true. That's a good counter. That's true.
That's fair.
That did happen. That's true.
And then, honestly, like, I think the game that I was less confident was Vini and Sam against Marino and Justin, just because Marino is Marino. I think he's the best player on the net. And then you're putting Jay Barr, Vini's partner, who knows him really well.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
then,
Jay Barr doesn't see a lot of Vinny.
Yeah, Jay
He
Barr
plays a lot with him, but he doesn't see a lot of Vinny.
You don't know that, though. We don't know that for sure.
I don't know. I play a lot with Blake, and by seeing him play and like when he goes on a run, and I'm just chilling there, I can see like his motion.
Okay. Well, you. Okay.
I'm chilling there seeing Jay's left and right.
You at least live in the same country.
Oh, that's funny.
As your partner.
No, he's far. Aren't you guys super far apart, bro? Like a drive,
Yeah,
isn't it like 8 hours?
Well, I lived in BC for 5 years, so I got to see Blake a lot. But the last year and a half, I've been in Quebec for school, so I haven't seen Blake as much. But last summer, I was in BC, and I got to play with Blake a lot.
Got it.
I know Blake really well. Wonky, those guys. I played with those guys. I played with Justin. I saw Justin be the best at it for a while,
Yeah.
Wow.
And then the guy got married, and who knows what's going to come.
Classic.
He grew up.
Yeah. But, Jensen and Clap against Ellie and Guillaume. I don't know. I thought that was not too bad, but then I saw the games happening everywhere, and then literally all of a sudden I was like, oh, it's not going our way at all. It was not even like beside the game of Ollie and Emerson.
Yeah.
The two other games were not even tight, and I was like, we either needed to win the 2 points net or 2 1-point game, and like it was so tough. I mean, I stayed in it. I cheered for the boys. I told them to just play till the end. It's not every day you have a sick crowd like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did, bro.
They did.
They played till.
Did you guys get a better result than you thought you guys were gonna get against Livonia, or did you think they were gonna smack you around a bit?
Oh no, we were going there to win, bro.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
But what did you think?
That's what he thought.
I thought they were gonna win
I was
too.
gonna win. Like literally, when the round was about to start, I was like, bro, we're gonna make 7K.
All right.
I thought you guys were gonna win until you sat you and Max Prince in the final round
too, bro. Until you
round
guys,
3, I was looking
you
at
guys
this. I was
decided to
doing the
play
math.
checkers and not chess, dude.
I mean, everyone played well that day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, your squad also has depth. Oliver is no slouch either.
Yeah,
like
they're
you
good
guys had
players.
very good players. Sam Prince as well.
Guillaume, I've never heard of him or seen him before, and he's
the
surprised
back
me.
end guy.
Yeah.
No,
no.
Ellie's
He's the
the
lefty.
backhand.
He's the lefty, right?
Guillaume's the lefty.
Yeah, I mean, bro, when I played, and just the round before, me and Guillaume were playing Marino and Clap, and we have them in the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did. You actually, yeah, you did.
True.
Guillaume went on a run, and then I went on a run. We were losing 14-17, and then I get 3 touchdowns in a row, bro. Everyone was going nuts.
Yeah.
And then this one point, I play Clap serve that goes back, and we played it, and then Guillaume sets me a little short. I don't even hit it, and we just get the point like that. The crowd was going nuts.
That's sick. I saw that too.
Yeah, that was wild.
sick.
Oh yeah, that was that. I really thought we had it as well, but then Marino. Marino is scary when it's time to clutch at the end and he has the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ice in his veins.
You are just as fun to talk to about spike ball than you are to watch.
Yeah, that's
playing
true.
spike ball. You are electric talking about it. You're just as fun to
You're good.
talk to about spike ball as it is watching you play spike ball.
Oh yeah.
You're electric right now talking
Yeah.
to us.
I like
about
his video quality. Is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Too.
What phone is this? The iPhone 17?
No, the I don't know, iPhone 7 something. iPhone 8.
7?
iPhone 8.
8? No
Wait,
shot.
you have a
Unbelievable
wait, you have a
connection.
button? You have a button?
No, I don't have a button.
Okay.
Oh, so it's newer
not,
than
not
an
an 8.
It's newer than
Okay,
an
so
eight.
it's at least a
Insane.
9. Yeah, it's
Okay.
at least
Oh.
a 9.
I would have gained so much respect if that was an 8.
Yeah,
It was an 8. iPhone,
unbelievable. You should
iPhone's
see this
doing good
quality,
stuff.
bro. This is unbelievable. All right, when's the next time you're going to be in
The States?
the States, bro?
I believe it's gonna be the. Do you guys have the season somewhere? A picture of it?
Yep, we have
Which
it.
one?
You want
the-
the STS?
Yeah, because I believe the first one. I mean, anything can change. Maybe I'm gonna be close to my finals. I'm gonna be, oh my god, I can't do this. I need to go play or something. But me and Blake talked about. By the way, me and Blake, I wonder if some people are wondering, but yeah, we're still playing together and System's coming back.
That's awesome.
And our first tournament is going to be, like last year, is going to be Jacksonville, but this time we're going to win it.
Let's
won't
go.
drop the.
Oh, Jacksonville. Is that
You're not
May?
going to lose the Mermaid.
That's Jacksonville is May 4th, so that'll be our first. I think this is probably the next time I'll be in the U.S. until something changed, but the first tournament with Blake will be Jacksonville.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Sick.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
We will be in Jacksonville too, bro. So, I mean, we'll look forward
yeah.
to seeing you there. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
That's awesome.
We're having Zach here pull up the list of the tourneys. Zach, let us know when you have that up, if possible, and then we'll run you through at least the first 4 or 5, which ones you're going to come to. What about majors? Do you think you see yourself at all 3 of the majors, bro?
2 for sure.
Which 2?
Chicago and Richmond.
Okay.
But Salt Lake City is, I mean, we talked about it, but it's not confirmed for me because Worlds is happening, and I would also love to travel Europe.
Yeah.
But we will see throughout the season, yeah, I guess we will see. But let's say right now we're going to go to all 3 of them.
Okay.
Let's say for now we'll go to all 3 of them, yeah.
There we
Beautiful.
Just like you said, you were gonna win ASL, right?
I mean, if
Oh,
you... That's great. Now, has Blake been playing? Do you know? Because obviously we haven't seen him in a few months. You know what I mean? Has he just been doing his own thing, playing with people locally?
My guess is that he hasn't played pickup in a while, which is fair. It's the off season. The kid's busy with school and with work, but he's been grinding surge. He's still he's touching the ball. So
Right.
no, he's
Good.
He's hungry. He's gonna be ready next season.
Good. No, I love
Yeah.
that, bro. I love that.
Yeah.
You have a sec? Are you ready? You dialed in?
No, it would be on Instagram.
Oh, on Instagram.
Yeah.
I was looking at your Google Sheets.
Throw up the IG page, bro.
It was in Microsoft Excel.
Oh, Microsoft Excel.
It's on the bottom of the computer, bottom left.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
that
yeah.
little green icon.
Okay, I have a question for you, bro. Let's
Go
say
ahead.
you weren't going to play the season with Blake, and you had to play with someone else, and you also had to give Blake a different partner. Who do you think you'd play with, and who would you have Blake play with if you could play matchmaker?
I would play with Max Prince, and I would put Vinny with Blake.
Damn, that's a freaking good answer.
Vinny
bro.
and Blake. Is that you
That's a
think
damn
too
good answer.
serve heavy?
That's crazy.
Huh?
You think Vinny and Blake is too serve heavy?
I don't know, but I know that Vinny really wants to play one with Blake.
You're not gonna let him
And
do that though.
I was like, I mean, I'm not sure about because he said he wants to play a major with Blake, and I'm like, I mean, I
Wow.
might not Salt Lake, so go ahead. And then I sent the video to Blake of Vinny like asking Blake to play Salt Lake City, and Blake answers, "Sorry, Vinny, me and Etienne are playing together."
Good guy. Good
Good
guy.
guy. Yeah, that's great.
I love the dedication. I love the loyalty between each other. But I do believe that. I mean, it's a tough call, but just imagine the serve pressure. I feel
Sure.
like with that, pressure, like it will be enough to generate a bad sets and go on insane runs. But I don't know. It's still tough. I have to see. I don't know. This upcoming season is a new season, and I don't know. Things might change. Like maybe I don't know. I'm curious to see Vinny this season. Like I don't know. I'm just curious. I won't say anything, but me and him talk to him. But he needs to. I think his serving is still deadly, but I think it can be dead. I think it used to be deadlier.
People are
And-
adapting.
Yes, but he's also. I don't know. I think he's a little hurt.
Something looked wrong with his left arm, bro.
I mean, I don't know if I should
All
talk
right, we don't
about.
have to. Yeah, we don't have to
Yeah.
go there. But we something looked off. To be completely honest with you, bro.
Yes, exactly. But the thing is, he's still gonna destroy everyone with only his right.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So
No, we don't have to talk about it. But yeah,
imagine Vinny, like with a lefty, healthy.
right. No, I know.
I'm not gonna say,
Yeah.
but his lefty not healthy.
But yeah, no, you guys are on the right track. You guys saw it, but
Yeah.
I think if he's able to find this back fully, I think he's going to be one of the most insane players this summer. But I don't know. I think if it doesn't come back, I think players along the way will adapt.
Got it. That makes sense. Zach, are we live?
Yeah.
All right, we'll hit you with a few dates here, bro. See what you think.
If we're talking SCS Challengers, Phoenix 420, Arizona. There's Jacksonville, Florida, which you said you were going to 5-4.
Yeah.
Rattle off a few and then let him respond.
Yeah.
So give me
Oceanside, California 511. Raleigh, North Carolina 525. Atlanta, Georgia 6-1. Boise, Illinois 6-1. Boston, Massachusetts 6-8. Minneapolis, Minnesota 6-22. And then
All right,
Richmond.
Damn, bro,
So
you're giving him a
we're through June.
yeah.
Which one of those are you like 100% I'm gonna be at?
Well, Blake was curious. He was saying he could possibly be down for Phoenix,
Oh,
Okay.
but I told him it's a long shot because it's right where finals happen. So I would say we'll have to talk about it again. But I think Boston would be a play.
Beauty.
I mean, we have like the challengers that we say that we were sure doing are Vancouver and Toronto.
okay.
Calgary unsure because I don't know if I'll be gone to Europe.
Yep.
And then I don't know the one on the West Coast, the CASR one. It's a tough call because I'll be living on the East Coast this year. So I mean, we're gonna have to talk about it, but maybe one of them I don't know. Idaho is tough. I never did Atlanta or Raleigh, so Atlanta looks like it's a big one for a challenger. I think I would love to do that one.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then Raleigh, we'll see. But yeah,
So a lot is up in the air.
Gotcha. Yeah.
a lot is up in there. I mean, it's yeah. We're gonna have to talk about it.
It sounds like
Yeah.
you and Blake need to have a chat.
Oh, you know we do.
That's awesome, bro.
All right, bro. Well, I think
Yeah, that's sick.
this has been awesome.
It has
Great
been
call,
cool.
dude. Thanks for hopping on.
I have one question for you, Matt.
No. Yeah. What is it?
I saw the Jersey Boys post.
Yeah.
So what is the play?
You obviously don't watch the podcast then. Me and we said earlier, me and Jake are going to be running it this season.
Jake Motorshead
Yeah.
and Corey's injured, right?
Corey, he's like hurt. He's also having a baby and
Oh wow.
yeah, so real life hit him.
Oh my, yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. Good for him. I mean, congrats to them and it's just like awesome, but
Busy.
also like very
Yes,
busy,
right.
very busy.
How old is he?
He's 25, 26, 25,
Okay. Oh, for some reason she was younger. How old are you, Matt? You're 23?
22.
Yeah. Wow. That's insane.
But yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be
It
a
is
ton
gonna
of
be
fun
fun.
this season.
It is
Yeah,
going to be
and-
fun.
Josh, you're playing with Mike?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Yeah.
And
And-
how old are you, bro? Are you 25?
I'm 24.
24. Okay. Nice.
Turning 25 in August.
Okay.
All right.
Beauty. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
He's going to be old for Worlds.
Nah, I'm gonna be good. And
Yeah.
usually there's always a tournament on my birthday, and I always play good at those. And this year is in Detroit, but then I don't know if I'll be gone again. So I will.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, dude, we'll get you on here in person because we've been really jonesing to do that. I appreciate you taking some time, bro, and letting us dive into a little bit of like behind the scenes with the Canadian team. You guys kicked ass. Don't tell anybody, but I was rooting for you guys. But we'll see you real soon, bro, and I appreciate your time.
Yeah, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, let me know when is the next time, and I'll be there in person, boys.
Love
Sure,
it, bro.
for
Thank
sure.
you so much, bro.
Hey, have a good one, boys.
You too, man. Take care.
See you, man.
You too. See ya.
Wow, what a good dude.
What a good dude.
Woo!
All right, so we just got off the phone with Etienne, but this is
Crazy
before the
call.
call.
Crazy
call.
Crazy, bro.
But yeah, before
Hilliard's lost it.
that's insane.
Ah.
That's crazy. So USA, Canada. Some people are saying it's anyone's game for World Championship in London.
Is it though?
No,
Pish posh.
they took
Who's USA's top 5? Let's just go top 5 versus Canada's top 5. I don't think it's close.
it's not even close.
Gabriel.
Gabe
G baby
Marino,
Marino.
I'd throw Thomas in there.
Thomas, Matt Cole,
Ooh.
maybe, dude.
Maybe.
I
with the
like
right
Matt Cole, but
with the
I-
right partner though.
Clapwick probably going to after his performance.
Bro,
last
they got
maybe.
round of 16 to every other tournament except for national.
That's
or
true. That's true.
championship.
But
Yeah.
they have
True,
that's
but he's
potential.
Potential? I mean,
Potential pop
maybe.
off. They popped off this weekend. Clap popped off on Livonia.
That's like saying Jensen popped off and now he's top 5.
No,
Clark,
No.
maybe Clark, maybe a buddy. There are reigning world champions.
Let's talk about that. No shades to Jensen at all. Jensen's a great kid.
No, Jensen's
I love
good.
him.
Jensen's
He's
very
awesome.
good.
But do you guys think he earned MVP?
No, he was MVP of round 4.
Yeah.
He wasn't MVP of the whole thing.
What I think happened is they were like, yo, who do you vote for MVP for your team? And they were like, oh, we vote Jensen.
Oh, if that's how it went.
I'm
That's
sure
cool.
that's how it went.
Okay.
The MVP was Marino. He didn't lose on a single net the whole
Yeah.
time. It was obvious.
Moreno popped off. He clutched up to bring him back every time.
Yeah, yeah.
Games would be going extras and he shut it down.
Okay, I mean, yeah. So we can go back and forth on that, but like
Yeah.
Canada's top 5 would probably be a few of those guys they had there. You insert Bozak, and that's really it.
Yeah, I mean, Quebec is kind of like the home spot for most of the top Canadian guys.
Right.
There's arguments for like Tyler Babb and Chris Brown,
Yeah,
who are
great players.
close. They're like in Ontario.
I think they
though.
represented Canada last Worlds.
They
so
did, they did.
Maybe if it was extended to 7.
But even then, that's not. They're nowhere close to America's top 10.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think because you got to
Not
put
yet,
Bacone.
not yet.
Bacone's got to be in there. You have Murphy. You have Frederick. That's a potential. You know what I mean? As a team,
There's a ton of, like top 15 of America. I feel like
I
America.
even heard Gabe and Ryan Gross destroyed Vinny. They
Yeah.
played a game to 21 and they stomped.
Vinny and
Yeah,
Max
14.
Prince, and
Yeah.
then Vinny and Etienne destroyed both of them.
Yeah.
Right.
The most improved Max Prince. I've played Max Prince before and he's insanely different player than he was back in 2019.
yeah, he's impressive.
He's
I
very
played him
good.
in 2022 in the Quebec Challenger,
Yeah.
and me and Corey lost to him. Close.
Was he playing with Sam?
That was our first premier tournament.
was
or
the
second
Prince?
premier tournament. It was both of them. And then I played Max with Etienne at Christmas Classic. And it was a different Max.
yeah.
And
He's
he's gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
And good for him. He's a young kid too. And they've been playing forever.
yeah, they've been playing for a
supposedly.
long time.
But yeah, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it will be Canada versus the U.S. in the finals at Worlds. I hope that's at least how it shakes out. How about Modell? Modell could be in.
Oh,
the
Yeah,
top.
that's what I'm saying.
100%,
Modell's
100%.
definitely in there.
Yeah,
for me, at least.
Modell's freaky right now.
I'd take
it's
Modell
witching
over
hour.
Buddy and Clark right now.
Yeah, Modell.
Yeah.
Modell's reaching a new gear, and like I think about Modell last year, he barely picked up a ball to
Yeah.
practice.
I mean, yeah.
Isn't that
exactly.
crazy? He barely
Yeah.
even practiced.
Yeah.
He should have been playing with Gabe last year.
That's you can make that argument.
Yeah.
He'll
Thank
thank God
God
to
we're
make
getting-
a final run for the legacy. For the
Maybe.
legacy.
Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe.
I respect that. I respect the hell out of Modell. I think that this year is Modell's year. I think Gabe will do Gabe-like things, but Funaki Modell goes as far as Max takes them, I think, to some degree, because I think he's going to be extremely explosive and be like the anchor on defense sometimes too.
Yeah. And playing them now versus like watching them back in 2022,
Yeah.
totally different.
Yeah.
It's a different
Totally
beast.
different
It-
team.
it's
now.
things are about to get
Scary.
freaky. Things are about to get freaky, bro. For sure.
I'm so excited for them.
What do you think, Zach?
Just going back to the finals thing for the ASL, Canada's strategy was also just dog.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
Why
And
are
we
Max
talked
and-
to Etienne about that too.
That's insane.
Because that was booty cheeks,
Yeah.
and we'll get into.
You
we
should
have
not be sitting players that are hot. 2 players that are hot. They
Yeah.
needed to go in,
No.
sitting them round 1 and round 2 or round
or
3.
three. You
Yes.
can't have it when
Yeah.
there's
You
4
cannot have
points on
both
the
of them
line.
sitting.
Right,
Yeah.
no shot.
Wild.
They're like literally they threw out that lineup and I was like, it's over. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
it's
anymore.
done. I mean, the 2-point net was going to be
Maybe they had faith in their guys, but
Yeah.
I respect
if I'm
it.
Max, I'm pissed.
yeah.
What,
And
what are
Etienne.
we doing? Yeah, Etienne. Yeah, Max was playing phenomenal. That
He really
Yeah,
was.
he
final.
was. He was.
Yeah.
Max was acing everybody.
Yeah.
That tournament. It looked like he was hitting some really good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dangerous. But I think that's a great little ASL recap overall. A great event. I look forward to doing another one. I won't go to one next week, but I'll definitely go to one. I'll go to one in a couple of months. Yeah, Mexico City, Trinidad and Tobago. Where the fuck is the next one going to be at? But yeah, Spike Lemonade Podcast, episode 27. Zach, Josh, Matty Spo here. Yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Bang.
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 Pretty easy, huh?
Ding.
Bro, yeah, their strategy was so shit.
So shit.
What were they doing?
And we're going to... We talked to him about it already.
Yeah, I just don't understand. What were you thinking?
It's going to be awesome. Oh, what a catch, dude.
We love that. Oh, wow, that was your phone.
Flip.
I thought it was
underneath, up against the top.
Okay, I'm going to hit stop.
Wow, yes, you can stop it.